So today I'm going to go over the annotation tools in Zoom. So when your teacher brings up whiteboard or even shares a screen, you can always annotate. You may have to move your mouse to get the menu. Just go up to the top where it says View Options and click that down arrow, and you'll see your tools that you can select. But today we're going to focus on Annotate, so please go ahead and annotate. And you'll see that your Annotation Toolbar comes up. Now here you can change colors, you can draw lines. You can also have fun with many different shapes. You can point arrows. And again, have fun with some colors. You can change the thickness of the line. You can even create different types of shapes. So you can have empty filled, like just the line shape, as well as a filled shape. You can even stamp. So let's say there's something like another classmate drew on the whiteboard and you wanted to be like, hey, that's really awesome. You can give them a little star, you can give them a little heart. You can also write text, and again, you can change colors and the font sizes, but you can mostly just type in a question, add in something. So for example, kind of like just in regular class, when your teacher asks you to come and write your answer up on the board for everybody, you can actually do that in Zoom as well using text. You don't have to draw everything. So it makes it a little bit easier than even using the whiteboard in the classroom. You can also click on the arrow button, which is next to the eraser, to point out something. So for example, if your teacher's sharing something and you wanted to specifically point out one detail, you can point it out and your name will pop up. In fact, on your teacher's screen, your name will pop up for all of your annotations. You can also undo something and redo something. So you can either erase what you did or you can just add it back in. You can even save, so that way it's saved to your computer. So if there's a whiteboard screen that you want to save to your computer, you can. You can even clear everything that you've done. It does not clear everything someone else or your teacher has done. So that is for the whiteboard. That's for the whiteboard tools. Now, other things to note when you're using Zoom is that you can actually change settings. You can exit out of full screen mode so you can see your menu options more often. And you can also minimize the thumbnail screen where you see people's faces and everything like that. So please make sure to use those tools if necessary. Now, when your teacher's sharing a screen, for annotation, you go through the same process. Top, View Options, click on Annotate. And for that, you can actually utilize the different stamps. You can type in, again, text for your questions and everything like that, especially if, let's say, something pops up, like a random pop-up block, and you don't know what that has to do with the lesson, or you want them to know it without necessarily calling them out on it. You can also focus on drawing shapes around specific sections. So this is a tool that's really cool, not just for your teachers, but you can actually use it in study groups. If you guys actually download Zoom as the app to your laptop, which you should already have, you can actually create an account, sign up for a free account to get some of the free stuff from Zoom, and be able to work in study groups to annotate. So a document can be pulled up by one of your teammates, and you guys can work on adjusting what needs to be adjusted in those, so that way you can work together in a good collaborative atmosphere through Zoom, practicing your physical distancing, but at the same time you get to socialize, you get to interact, and be involved with one another. And you can always get rid of the annotate. So for example, your teacher can disable annotations. So that's why briefly that annotation was gone. They can disable annotations, they can clear everything people have annotated, and they can see who's annotating. Okay, so keep that in mind. But that's it for annotating in Zoom. If you have any questions, feel free to contact your librarian, Ms. Stimson.